Cottage here, and welcome to the Interesting Health and Safety podcast. Just a short video clip this week, just talking about COVID, and there's been a lot of work that business has done over the last 2 or 3 months, looking to put sort of controls into place within the business. And I just want to challenge a little bit and just sort of say, okay, then, you've put these controls into place, but how well are they working? How effective are they? So there would have been work that would have been done about social distancing, I've seen these are some of the things that I've seen businesses do, and I just want to challenge you to make sure that those things are still in place. So let's take people coming into the workplace. Okay, I've done a bit in the past about the commute and getting into the business, and whether you work from home or whether you work in a business. This is actually talking about the things that are going on in your business. And I've seen people at sort of clocking in areas, where people are coming to sign in, having marked out on the floor the 2 meter signage. Well, how well are people still sticking to that? I know there's been changes to the distance, but are people still staying apart when they're coming into work? Or are people just finding that they're relaxing a little bit, and maybe when there's a number of people that are coming into work together, they're not doing that social distancing at that point. How well are you actually keeping these touch points clear? So door handles, the clocking in machine, the areas where people are regularly touching. How well are you keeping those clean? Because one of the things that I found is that people, if they're not directly responsible for a particular area, then they don't do anything about it. And so it's these communal areas are often places that can get overlooked. That initially there was a lot of control that was put into place, but these things relax. These things get missed a little bit. So that's one area. Make sure that you keep on top of those. Keep on top of the cleaning regime in those areas. There were lots of decisions that some people were making about the number of people that can go into certain rooms, especially things like meeting rooms and canteen areas. And has that been maintained? Do you, if you've got a sign up on the wall that says no more than 4 people or no more than 6 people in a room, whatever the number may be, how well is that being stuck to? And do you find that at certain times, these peak times when when people are taking breaks, when people are going for a bit of a sit down or getting away from their workstation, that they're actually that they're actually not overcrowding these areas that where there's a bit of a community that's coming together. And again, if you've nothing's changed at the moment with COVID. We haven't got a cure. There's no vaccine that's out there. So the virus is still there. So so we've got to maintain these controls. Some of the rules that people may have put into place, is about wearing face masks, and there's a lot of debate on how effective face masks are. And I don't want to go into that, but what I'm saying is that if you, as a business, have decided that the face mask is the route that you're going to go down, then how well are people sticking to that? I actually spent pretty much about 4 hours in a face mask on a client's premises last week, because in their environment that's what they said they wanted to do, and I found it really difficult. I found it really, really tough to wear that face mask. I wear glasses normally, and they keep on steaming up, and it's a real nuisance. It's horrible, and it feels really, really restricting. And that was just me, just for a short period of time. And if you're expecting people to wear face masks all the time in an environment like that, and I appreciate there could be reasons to have respiratory protection, and and we mustn't confuse the two. If you're doing an activity that could be generating some kind of airborne dust, or there's a fume that's coming off the product, then you need to be wearing respiratory protection. But people are being asked to wear face masks from a COVID perspective, and it can be uncomfortable. And so if you are, then then again, I'd just be challenging that. Are there other ways that you can work? Can you keep people far enough apart that they don't need to wear the face mask? Because it should be the last line of defence that we take, and it can be very, very difficult to to work in an environment where you've got a face mask on all the time. There's one-way systems that were put into to operation for a reason, to try and keep people apart. I've noticed in supermarkets that it's pretty much fallen apart now. People are just walking wherever they want. A lot of the signage that was put down, the arrows that were put down, have worn away. And and if you want people to follow certain routes through a site, and you've put some signage down, and you still want them to do that, then maybe you need to refresh that signage. Maybe you need to put some new signage down, so that people maintain the I suppose the discipline that you're looking for, if you feel that control measure is appropriate. So again, they're the sort of things that you need to be looking at. And and I also think that when you get to the interface areas, so I suppose these are more of the customer facing businesses that we work with. Sort of screens have been put up, and I actually found that has been quite effectively done. A lot of businesses have been able to put screens at desks, at checkouts, places like that, and it doesn't feel too bad. But again, these things need to be kept clean, need to be maintained. I suffer a little bit from gout, and I had to pick up some tablets for my gout from our GP, and there were all these questions that I was asked as I walked into the practice about whether I'd had a temperature or a new cough and lost taste and smell. All these questions were asked as I went in. And then as I walked round to the area to pick up my tablets, there was a lady there. She was cleaning down the keyboard for the computer, and I just said to her, I said, "Wow," I said, "that must be the cleanest keyboard that you've ever had." And she said, "Yeah, we said, because there's multiple users that are coming onto this keyboard, we said that we owe it to each other just to keep this clean and keep this tidy." And I just thought that was a lovely way of phrasing it. We owe it to each other to do this. And so so it's about it's about people maintaining that consideration for other people within the organisation. So so well done to the surgery that I go to up in Market Deeping. It's difficult. It's difficult times, and as more people are coming back into the workplace, so there's going to be things that become a little bit harder to do, and maintaining the social distancing is going to get harder and get difficult, just because of the volume of people that are there. But consider other people. Make sure that you the things that you do, always try and do your best. Try and do your best for yourself, but for the other people that are working with you in the business. There's a lot of people out there that are concerned, that feel uncomfortable coming back into the workplace because they may have people at home that they're having to care for, or maybe a little bit vulnerable. So again, really make sure that you're thinking about those people who are maybe thinking about other people within their lives. And and if you can do that, then then I'm sure that we're going to be successful and work our way through this. A lot of businesses were have been doing things like risk assessments for COVID, and there was a lot of effort that was put in at the beginning of the process. And I think for me it's about, okay, well, have those been maintained, and are you regularly reviewing the documentation, and are the controls still relevant? And if they are relevant, then that's great. And if they're not, then then they need to be modified. They need to be updated. They need to be made relevant to the new environment that we find ourselves in. So that's all I really want to say. Just keep on looking, keep on challenging, and hopefully we're going to be successful moving forward. Have a great day. Cheers now. Bye bye.